Peace and innumerable blessings. My name is Jeanette Jackson Monson, and here are my suggestions or instructions for getting into uttanasana, or standing forward fold. This pose is it seems a bit like a no-brainer, but there are some interesting mechanics involved in terms of keeping your back safe, and making sure that you're actually stretching the hamstrings and the lower back, the hamstrings and the hips safely, rather than just taking everything out of your lower back. In yoga, it's very easy to hurt yourself and not really understand why or how you hurt yourself. So hopefully with these suggestions and instructions, you can keep yourself safe and maybe have a new view of how to perform this essential pose. So forward fold uttanasana. Bring the feet parallel. Once again, bring the hands on the hips. A lot of this is, you're going to have the same, every yoga pose, including uttanasana, retains the same elements as tadasana, which is mountain pose, which is basically just standing straight. So for uttanasana, I'm going to start with the legs. You want the feet pressed into the floor, the bottom of the feet. To make a long story short, make sure that you're pressing the pad under the big toe and the pad under the pinky toe, and the line that connects them into the floor, and the heels into the floor. That will help you engage the legs. I'm going to go into this more further in a different video. That will help you engage the muscles of the legs, and that will help your alignment, including help you engage in your bandhas and lengthening the spine and allowing the heart to rise and all sorts of good stuff. That'll be addressed in another video. Or if you come to class, I'll lecture you on good stuff forever. So bring the hands to the hips. Rather than just kind of just slumping forward, I implore you to keep the spine nice and straight as much as you can as you fold. And the hands are on the hips for a reason. I would like you to take your peace fingers and push the tops of your thighs backwards, so the hips begin to push backwards, the head begins to pull forward, and the spine is nice and long as you fold forward. In this way, you're taking it, when you're folding, you're stretching the hamstrings, you're stretching the lower back, but you're doing it in a way that keeps the lower back safe and the back muscles engaged. So you're not just taking it out of a place, you're not just taking things out of your SI joint, you're not just ripping your muscles back here to shreds, because I've done that and it's not pleasurable. So keep the thighs inwardly rotated, pushing backwards as you pull the head forward. Keep the belly button engaged, belly muscles engaged, and then fold. Now, if your hands don't touch the floor, that's fine. You can bring them to your shins, or you can allow them to dangle. If you're finding some discomfort in your hamstrings or in your lower back, just simply bend the knees and hang out. So when you're here, what's really cool is that since your stomach is pressed, well, your stomach and your boobs and your chest are sometimes pressed against your thighs, you can work on mastering breathing deeply into the back body, which is really kind of fun and underrated and will help you out in your practice. So just breathe deeply, allow the head to drop, allow the arms to just be free, the legs to be long. Keep the feet activated, pressing into the mat, the thigh muscles lifting, and voila. When you're ready, you can either just bend the knees and roll up gently, or you can elongate the spine, bring the hands to the hips, keep the belly muscles nice and engaged, and get out of it the same way you went into it, by pushing the hips backward, pulling the head forward, using the core muscles to bring you up. Voila. Those are my suggestions and advice for getting into and working with uttanasana, or standing forward fold. If you wonder why standing forward fold, head on over to my website, yogamontpellier.com, and check out the article index where I have some postings on asana and energy and benefits of your yoga practice. If you're ever in the south of France, in Montpellier, France, come on and practice with me. You can find more information on yogamontpellier.com. Thanks for your energy. Stay blessed. Namaste.